Stop counting the days lost in the rhythm.
Oil companies and countries participating in the UN climate talks have made a significant commitment to combat global warming. Saudi Arabia's Aramco, along with 50 other oil and gas companies, has pledged to stop contributing to planet-warming gases by 2050. However, this commitment only covers emissions from production and not the burning of fossil fuels. Additionally, around 100 countries have promised to triple the world's renewable energy usage by 2030. Despite these promises, there are no penalties for failing to meet the targets, and the pledges are not legally binding. Environmental groups have criticized the pledges, arguing that they do not effectively address climate change as they allow for continued fossil fuel production. Furthermore, many of the oil companies that have signed the commitment had already announced plans to reduce their emissions to zero. The pledge also permits short-term increases in oil and gas production as long as it is reduced by 2050. The goal of tripling renewable energy is to eliminate fossil fuels from the global energy system by 2050 at the latest. During the summit, COP28 President Sultan Al Jaber stated that the new pledge includes more countries and companies from various sectors than ever before, all aligning with the goal of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius. This target was agreed upon in the Paris Agreement of 2015. While burning large amounts of oil, gas, and coal contributes to climate change, there is still disagreement among leaders regarding the speed at which the world should transition away from these energy sources. Despite criticism, Mr. Jaber described the pledge as a positive first step. He emphasized the need for the entire industry to work towards decarbonization and set even stronger ambitions. However, leading climate organizations have expressed skepticism towards the announcement. They argue that the only way to truly decarbonize oil and gas is to stop producing them altogether. The UAE, which accounts for 40% of the world's emissions, believes that the decarbonization charter will accelerate climate action. The charter commits oil and gas companies to achieve net zero emissions by 2050 and significantly reduce methane emissions by 2030. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called for countries to triple their renewable energy capacity, double energy efficiency, and ensure universal access to clean energy by 2030. He stressed the urgency of phasing out fossil fuels in order to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. The International Energy Agency has previously warned that if the world continues to extract new oil and gas reserves, it will not be able to meet its climate goals. Critics argue that the pledge falls short, as it does not address the expansion of fossil fuel production in some countries. The UAE's presidency of the COP28 talks has faced criticism due to the country's status as one of the top oil and gas producers globally. Pope Francis, in a speech read on his behalf, emphasized the need for an ecological transition that embraces renewable energy, eliminates fossil fuels, and promotes sustainable lifestyles.